So let's talk about what happens when a property fails to sell. So if you have been on the market already and unfortunately have come off the market either because you decided to withdraw, you weren't getting enough activity, you weren't getting offers, or the contract has run out and now it's expired, let's talk about what you need to do at this point, because there's literally each month in our market there are hundreds of properties that come off the market and most are very, very saleable. Now the first thing you have to understand is most properties fail to sell because of either the pricing strategy that was used or the lack or incorrect marketing that was done for the property. Let me explain a little bit. Pricing strategy does not mean just being the lowest price. So if you're being told the entire time that it was on the market that it was all pricing, then don't necessarily think that that's the only factor involved. It's not. When it comes to marketing, it has to be marketed to the right type of buyer, which means that first you have to identify who the right type of buyer is, then have the resources to be able to put the property in front of the right type of buyer. So if your property's failed to sell, let's talk about 3 things that now you need to do. First is you need to just take a breath and regroup and don't panic and feel like now you have to hold this property forever. There's a system, there's a formula, there's a way to be able to get the property sold, and you just have to take a little bit of time, regroup. It didn't work the right time around for whatever reason. Now it's time to make the right decision with the right strategy going forward. Number 2, you have to get some feedback and some real information on why it didn't sell and what it's going to take going forward to get it in front of the right audience with the right pricing strategy and the right marketing push behind it to ensure that the next time that you go out there on the market, you do find results. So what's important about step 2 is don't just relist it with the first person, the second person, the third person that picks up the phone call and you think, or picks up the phone to call you and you think, you know what, they're out hustling, they're going to be able to get it sold. All that means is they're watching every expired listing that comes off the market and they're sitting on the phone and waiting for the next person they might be able to get a listing for. So be careful. Don't just relist it. It's been on the market for months. Taking a few days or even a week to get it on with the right agent is going to be time well spent. And number 3, be aware that part of the pricing strategy, part of the getting it in front of the right type of buyers and micro-marketing it to the right buyer groups is going to come from the agent that you choose and their experience level. So you're going to be inundated with calls and mailers and maybe even people knocking on the door and saying, you know what, I'm the best, I'm number 1, I'm here. All these different things. And some of them are going to seem very convincing and some of them are going to seem very attractive. Make sure that before you make any final decisions that you're clear on exactly what are they selling, what is the level of experience. There is literally hundreds and hundreds of new agents in our market every year since 2000, probably 13 or 14 when the market started to return and started getting a little bit better. Everybody got in the business. Understand that there's a period of time that in order to understand really how to market properties to get the most amount of money out of them in the shortest period of time, that the only way to do that is through experience. So make sure that you have a clear picture on the agents that you're interviewing. What type of business are they doing? How long have they been doing it? And does the experience warrant them making the decisions and giving you the suggestions of what you need to do the next time around so that it doesn't fail to sell again? Thanks a lot, and let me know if I can help you with any other questions or any other information.